Hey guys, it's David from Red Wagon Dioramas. This video is going to be a kind of catch-all video on what I've been adding to my Kenner Star Wars collection over the last like 2 or 3 months. For you Kenner collectors, I think you'll enjoy this. You can kind of see how I go about collecting and what I've been going after recently. I'm going to switch the camera to the tabletop view, and I'm just going to run through all the stuff that I picked up. I've got a whole pile here in front of me, honestly, from loose figures to accessories to playsets to cardboard items. With that being said, I would appreciate it if you hit the like button for me if you enjoy these videos, and leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think. All right, let's get into it. So guys, the first thing on my list for this video is the Death Star playset here. I featured this as my top pickup for the month of October in my 6 figures a month video, and I just wanted to hit it again here because I'm really excited about adding this to the collection. It's got so many play features. I never had this as a kid, so it was very exciting for me to pick this up. I love dioramas where you can set up figures. I love the verticality of it, that you've got multiple levels. You've got all kinds of different play features here with the guns and the elevator and the ramp that retracts and the trash compactor down here on the bottom. It's just a really cool playset. I'm very excited about adding this to my collection. So I picked this playset up in October from Facebook Marketplace, and I got it incomplete. It was missing a few parts, plus it was all glued together, so that's why the price was down around 75 bucks. That's what I ended up paying for it. So I thought that was a good deal because I know fully complete these things can sell, over $200. I happened to have a lot of the pieces already that were missing, which was great. I had this piece of cardboard for like a year and a half when I picked it up in like an odd lot of Star Wars items from one of my local shops. So I've had this piece of cardboard sitting here just in my collection, not being used. And so that was great. So I just kind of slid it right in there. I just need to get the second piece for the top. The other part of this set I was able to pick up separately is I was able to find the trapdoor that was missing by getting just a random shell from my local shop for a couple bucks. It came with a trash compactor, but it didn't have the glass windows and it didn't have the Dianoga or the foam, obviously. I already had the trash compactor fully complete with the Dianoga and the foam and the windows. That was sitting on my shelf already for the last like 2 or 3 years. So combining this Facebook Marketplace find, which was incomplete, with some other pickups that I already had, I have almost a fully complete playset here. It's pretty cool. All I need is that piece of cardboard and, of course, the little rope thing that they swing across the chasm with. But honestly, that's not that important to me for this display. So if anybody has an extra one of these cardboards laying around, let me know. I'd be interested in purchasing it from you. But everything else on the playset works pretty well. The gun clicks. I didn't even know this had an exploding, play feature here. It pops off when you push the switch. It's like that was something I didn't even know about because I didn't have this as a kid. So I've had a lot of fun just setting up figures on this. I put my Ben Kenobi over here by the tractor beam controls. That's the custom figure by Next 17. I have a Stan Solo Repro gunner figure there. Got one of the original Kenner officers there. And then I've got some of the other Next 17 figures. Like that's a new officer. I think that's supposed to be General Veers there. Got the ISB agent, another commander there, and his little blue scanning crate. Those were some of my recent pickups last month from the Next 17. But then I've got the that Tarkin figure that Hasbro made, sitting next to Vader. We've got a bunch of stormtroopers in here, a couple TIE fighter pilots in the back there. Got Veers again in his Hoth gear. And then, like I said, I do have the Dianoga, and I have some of the original foam in there from that original set that I picked up at my shop a couple years ago. So overall, it's a really cool display piece, and really happy to add it to my collection. All right, next, something I picked up recently is this cool cardboard playset by Kenner. This is the Sears, I guess, exclusive Cloud City playset. And I was able to get this on McQuarrie for, I think I paid around $130 or so, maybe $140 after it was shipped. I've got 5 of the little white peg inserts. Overall, I thought it was in pretty decent shape for what I paid for it. I know, like, brand new boxed and everything, this thing can go for like $700-800 with the figures and everything. So I just wanted it for the display setup. I'm really taken by the old cardboard play sets that Kenner did. Collecting the backdrops, the cardboard items like this is just as fun for me as the figures, honestly. I just think it's really cool how they would give kids a way to play with their figures with a pretty simple, inexpensive, diorama setup like this. Like, it's got a rip tab here. There's a little bit of damage to it, but I know I can set it up and get it in place, and it's just going to sit there and look cool on my shelf. So pretty happy with it. Looking forward to including it in my Kenner collection display. All right, next I am working on my first Droid factory set. This is all I have right now. I've got miscellaneous pieces. Just not much, honestly. It's very, very incomplete. But one thing I picked up at ICCC was the crane. You might have seen that in my room sales video. I was able to grab this from one of the sellers in the hotel for 15 bucks, which I thought was a pretty good deal for the crane. So this is a lower priority item for me. I'm not like, I don't have any nostalgia attached to this. I didn't have it as a kid. My movie was really Return of the Jedi, so I missed this toy completely. I didn't even know it existed until I was an adult collector. But it is kind of a cool piece, and I look forward to adding to it as time goes on. I forgot, I also have a beat up box from this, which I did pick up from my local toy shop last year. It's pretty rough. I did a little bit of cleanup on it. I mean, this is one of those where it would take a lot of restoration work to get it to look good. And I don't know if I'm going to put the time into it or not. I have watched those videos from Toy Polloi and others about restoring cardboard boxes like this. So I think that's kind of cool that they are able to do that. And I may try those techniques on this at some point in the future. But for right now, again, it's a lower priority item in my collection. But it is kind of cool to get an old box like this. All right, another cool pickup I got at ICC-Con in Nashville in October were these Kenner display stands for their figures. Now these are just plastic L-shaped base plates, and they all have a bunch of pegs in them, so you can set up a whole bunch of different figures in different ways. What's neat is they all interlock together, so you can do kind of a rectangle, or you can do a big C shape, or just, you can do all kinds of different creative things with it, kind of like putting together Tetris pieces, right? But what's special about what I picked up is that I was able to get 2 of the cardboard backdrops. Now these are the hard things to get. I've seen these bases for sale a lot of places, different toy shows and stuff, but I never seen the cardboard come up for sale except online a couple times. Guy at ICC-Con, Luis from Mandalore Express, had these for sale. He said he had them in his collection for a while, and he gave me a really good price. I mean, 50 bucks for the 2 cardboard pieces and actually 4 of these base plates. So that was a great pickup for me. I really love these old vintage cardboard pieces like this. I mean, as far as the images, I have, Jawas and Uncle Owen there with the droids, and you've got Yoda and Dagobah on the back, and then you've got the scene from Empire, and the Falcon on the landing platform at Cloud City. There's 2 more of these cardboard backdrops that they made, which I don't have yet. So at some point I'd like to pick those up. But the way these work is they just sit right inside the tabs here, and they give you kind of a little diorama backdrop for your figures. For example, you would just peg in your figures in here and put them on your shelf or play with them. Pretty cool idea from Kenner to give kids something to do with their figures. Very inexpensive too, obviously. So that was one of my favorite pickups at ICC-Con, honestly, with this backdrop. I got to figure out a place to put them right now. I've just got the cardboard backdrops on display. Don't really have room for the base plates right now, but we'll figure something out in the future. All right, another pickup at ICC-Con in Nashville was I picked up 4 of the cannons from Kenner's X-Wing fighter toy. I have string on here because I have it hanging in one of my shelves. But I just had the shell of the ship, and got all 4 cannons for 15 bucks, which was a great deal. That was from Daryl DePriest, I believe. So thanks, man. It was a great deal at the end of the show there. I love these X-Wing toys. It's one of my favorite toys as a kid. I didn't have this battle damaged one. I had the clean one. But, man, just a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Also down at ICC-Con, I got my first open belly TaunTaun. I always wanted this as a kid, and I never got it. I had the regular TaunTaun, but this was the version that they sold that you could put, your Luke Skywalker in there. Where's my Luke? Here's my Luke figure. I haven't even played with this guy yet, but, the idea of Han Solo saving Luke's life by putting him inside the TaunTaun overnight. What a funny idea for a toy. But, great way for them to sell the TaunTaun twice, right? I do not have the saddle for this. That's something I'll have to pick up in the future. Although it's not really that important to me, honestly. I just wanted the fun of being able to put the guy in the belly and play with that. Pretty cool. And for 10 bucks, another great pickup for the collection. Also at ICC-Con, I forgot I did pick up these folders. If you watched my lobby sale video, you saw me picking up these folders down there. $5 each. I got one with the Interceptor and the B-Wing, and then Max Rebo, the band. These were just like school folders. When we go to school as kids, you'd put your assignments in here, your papers or whatever. Real common item sold everywhere. But these were it's kind of fun, nostalgic for me to pick up. I already had Jabba, this one in my collection, and I have one that has the Scout Speeder from Endor on there. So getting 2 more was pretty cool, but these were cool pickups for me. I'm a big fan of Jabba's Palace and everything Return of the Jedi. All right, just to wrap up everything at ICCCon, I did get a new R5-D4 figure. This one was in a little bit better condition than my old one that I had. Can't remember which seller I bought this from. Might have been Mark Rosenberg's room, but I think I got it for 25 bucks, which is an okay price. You know, compared to the one I had in my collection before, a lot dirtier, just kind of more played with. And this one's not, you know, pristine either, but it's in a little better condition. And I wanted to have 2 because I wanted one for my Y-Wing as well as one for my droid scene with the Jawas. So that was a great pickup recently too. All right, now here's the group of items I got from a local seller in my own hometown. Actually a woman that we know because her daughter was in Girl Scouts with our daughter years and years ago now. But she was on Facebook Marketplace selling some old vintage Star Wars stuff. And so I messaged her right away. You know, she had like 100 loose figures, some bits and pieces of vehicles and play sets. And, but anyway, this is what I ended up picking up from her. I already had the Warwick and the Paploo figures in my collection, but I didn't have the bow or the staff. So I got the bow from her and the staff. I left the figures that she had in her collections there, and she was willing to just sell me the accessories. So that's what I was really after, which was great. I also picked up this cool MiniRig vehicle that I didn't have in my collection before. This one, I think this one's called the ISP-6 or something like that, but it's kind of a play on the AT-AT head with this cannon in the front and these 2 wings that go up and down, and then you put your figure inside there. So another MiniRig that I didn't have. I noticed she had like all the stickers were there and it looked like it was in pretty good condition. So apparently this was her brother's. Pretty cool item to pick up. Then I got 4 of these candy tube toppers. These would go on like a tube of M&Ms or some other candy, and then they'd be characters that were the you know, on the top of the tube. So you'd pop the head off to get at the candy. And she had, I think it was these 4 I got from her. There might have been one other, but I have some of these in my collection from before. But I didn't have Jabba. I didn't have Akbar. I think 3PO was new too. I did already have a Vader. So those were cool to pick up. And then lastly, I got the box for the Dagobah playset, and it's in really good shape. It's still intact on one end. It's only been opened on one end down here. This was one of the toys that I always wanted as a kid and I never got. And my mom actually made one out of paper mache. I used like a mixing bowl upside down with paper mache and cut holes in it. So I had this kind of spray foam Yoda's hut to play with, but I always wanted the real one. And it was one of the first items I picked up when I started collecting Kenner a couple of years ago. So really cool to add the box to my collection. I really love it. It's awesome. One more Ewok to mention here is I did get the axe for Teebo. Now my sister was at a flea market out of state where she lives, and she saw some Star Wars toys and sent me pictures and messaged me and said, "Do you think this catch your eye?" And sure enough, she said, "Yeah, you know what? I really need that Teebo axe." So she grabbed that for me, plus the other horn. So I have actually an extra horn now. It was actually the set of the horn and the axe, which she got for 15 bucks, which I thought was a pretty good deal. And now I can add to the figure because I didn't have the axe with the one in my collection. That's my childhood one too. See the initials on the feet? So I lost the axe when I was a kid, and now I have one back in the collection. Really cool pickup. So thanks to my sister for that one. All right, lastly, guys, I picked up this cool artwork. This is Empire Strikes Back Portfolio by Ralph McQuarrie. So this is production paintings that he did for the film. And there are, 24 sheets in here, I think? Yeah, 24 breathtaking full-color paintings. So basically his concept art that inspired the movie. And there's some cool stuff in here. So there's some really cool artwork in here I just wanted to show you guys. There's Luke on the TaunTaun. Let's see Ralph McQuarrie there. Now someone has had this thumbtacked up on the wall at some point. So each one of these has a little pin puncture in it. But otherwise, they're in great shape. I'm just going to flip through these real quick. Get a view of Hoth with the turret. TaunTaun there is the reptilian version that they had originally. Pretty cool. Echo base. Get the concept art of the probe droid. Just love these. I like this style of art. It's really cool. Got Luke in the back to tank. No FX7 in that one. Another shot of some stormtroopers sneaking up on the rebel base. And you got this shot inside Echo Base. Got the Falcon there and the snow speeders and the X-Wings. This is like, you know, almost straight out of the film. It's like crazy how this, how Lucas relied so heavily on McQuarrie's ideas. There's the big ion cannon, the base. Close-up shot of some of the rebel troopers in the heat of battle with the AT-AT storming through and a snow speeder on fire there. Really cool. I love this shot. This shot's amazing. Look at this. Got the shot looking up at the AT-AT with the snow speeder with the tow cable there. Really cool. And then a follow-up shot. The AT-AT's been grounded. Troopers are running. You got the snow speeders there. Crazy shot here. The furry reptilian TaunTaun running between the legs of the AT-AT. Oh, it's blasting them. Really cool. And of course, here's Luke and his downed speeder. And you get some bridge shots with Vader. So cool. Look at this. Luke on the X-Wing crashed in Dagobah. Yeah, R2 over there. No sign of Yoda. Until you get to Yoda's hut. Look at that. Yoda's actually got some skinny legs there. Notice all the little bumpy white things on the ground. Check out the next picture. It's the Krykna spiders. That's what McQuarrie was illustrating here, was the Krykna spiders, which were used in Mandalorian, but originally envisioned here for Dagobah. Pretty cool. You got Cloud City, the Cloud Car, beautiful painting. Got the Falcon landing, got Lando coming out to greet Han and Leia. 3PO carrying the bags. That's so funny. Lando using his charm on Leia there. This shot's like straight out of the film, right? The big window there with the cloud car zooming by. And then the duel, Vader versus Luke. Window blown out. That's pretty cool. And the final image here. Oh, I got a bend in that one. It's too bad. I got a crease. Luke on the about to jump. Yep, pretty cool. And then a paper here just kind of describing the images. So I actually got these on Black Friday just a week or two ago. And I knew he had these in the store, but I'd looked at them like a year ago. He had a little sale going on in the shop, so I was able to get a little bit off the price. But really cool pickups. Fun piece to add to the collection. I like it a lot. Alright guys, so that was a look at some of my recent pickups in my Kenner Star Wars collection. Hope you enjoyed the video. Again, leave me a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. What were some of your favorite items that I showed in this video? I'd be curious to know. So thanks again for watching. Appreciate all the support on the channel. And I will catch you on the next one. May the Force be with you. Bye.